You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and these are my top 5 annual rewatches. Now, before we get into this month's Movie Nerds Club, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. So I am back with our latest Movie Nerds Club prompt. If you're not aware, the Movie Nerds Club is a small group of us little old film tubers here on YouTube who come together and make a top 5 of a new topic each and every month. And to close out the year, our final Movie Nerds Club topic for 2021 is our top 5 annual rewatches. So films we rewatch every year. So after you check out my list, make sure to head on down to the description below and watch all of the videos from my fellow members of the Movie Nerds Club. All of those links to those videos will be in the description below. So we had a couple of different ideas with the prompt. People were really snowballing off of holidays and what we rewatch for specific events each and every year. And if I'm being honest, I don't really have movies I rewatch for specific holidays or specific events. I just have movies I like to watch and tend to rewatch pretty much at least once a year. Now, admittedly, most of these are like comfort movies for me, movies that I turn to when I'm feeling down or I just need something to hold me in those film arms and remind me of my love for the medium. So I'm not going to do honorable mentions this month. I know, but I'm still going to cheat because I couldn't narrow it down to 5 and had to go with 6. Bloop. So we're cheating by combining 2 Disney films into one slot for the list. Also, this month's list is not really ranked. It's not a 1 through 5 list. It's just the movies I rewatch. So kicking off this list, so for those Disney films I rewatch pretty much every year, we have Moana and Beauty and the Beast. So we'll start with the classic here. Beauty and the Beast, obviously, is my favorite animated film of all time from any studio, and thus my favorite Disney film of all time. But it just is like the ultimate comfort movie for me personally. Whenever I need something to just put on, Beauty and the Beast is the first thing I reach for. But joining that, in recent memory, I do have Moana, which is easily my favorite of the Disney revival era films and has slowly crept up to be one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. I just relate so much to the Moana grandmother connection. The songs are amazing. It's such a heartfelt story. And yeah, it definitely makes its way into my comfort film. So, Disney, you know how to do it. I could have honestly filled this list with a whole lot more Disney movies, but these 2 have really been my go-tos recently. Then, sticking with strong female leads, I have Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman. That's right. Don't ask. It's an addiction. It's a problem. Yes, I own 3 different copies of Wonder Woman. Now, I don't know if I would consider this my favorite superhero movie of all time. I don't think it's necessarily the best superhero movie of all time. But honestly, it's the one I revisit most often. Yes, out of all the Marvel films, all of the classic DC films, Wonder Woman is the one I turn to each and every year. It just gives me hope. It's really inspiring. It's really emotional. I absolutely adore Diana. And like I said in my intro, this list is basically a lot of comfort movies for me. And Wonder Woman definitely fits that bill. Switching things up, we are traveling to a bit more of a holiday specific film with Scream. And this is kind of like my OG. Now, this is one of those OG repeat watch type of films. Yes, I had Poltergeist, as you all know. I also had Free Willy, The Lion King. Those were a lot of films that I just watched on loop as a child. But this came out as I was getting a little bit older, watched it at a sleepover with my cousins and instantly was hooked. And honestly, it was a big gateway for me into a whole lot more horror and the slasher genre, which I soon fell in love with. And it's one I just have to revisit every year around Halloween time. Sometimes just randomly throughout the year, I'll pop on Scream. It's one of my favorites. Sticking with holiday specifics, I have The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, oftentimes this becomes a twofer, one I watch twice a year for two separate holidays, Halloween and Christmas, because honestly, you can't go wrong with this at either holiday, and you can't really go wrong with it at any time of the year. If you watched my favorite animated films of all time, you know this was very high on that list. I've freaking loved it ever since I saw it as a small child. I've always been obsessed with it, and I religiously watch it every single year. But it just feels like blasphemy for me to end the year without a haunting trip around the globe with good old Jack and Zero. And then finally, my last film for this list, I have Call Me By Your Name. Now, this might be a weird comfort film because honestly, it's pretty sad in the end. It's kind of like heartbreaking in the end. And well, yeah, we don't like to talk about the baking powder guy. Oof. Thankfully, this came out before my very strong attachments to the film at large had already been formed when all of his madness came out. And I'm sorry. I know people have whatever opinions they want on this film. I cannot turn off the fact that I absolutely adore it still to this day. It has such an emotional pull for me. It's one of my favorite films of all time, period. And I still listen to this soundtrack religiously. And this is the film when I just kind of feel like crap and I'm not necessarily looking to be fully comforted. Then I pop on Call Me By Your Name. It soothes me, it feeds into my sad soul in the perfect ways, and I love it. And I consistently just have that urge to rewatch it. So those were my picks for my top annual rewatches. I hope you all enjoyed the video and enjoyed my picks. But more importantly, I really want to hear, what movies do you rewatch each and every year? Let me know all of those picks in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Plus, make sure, please, go support everybody else in the Movie Nerds Club. Show their videos some love and make sure to subscribe while you're there to watch their top 5 rewatches. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.